Just a quick heads up, this video is not for children, so if you're a minor or under the age of 18, please click off this video immediately. This video is not for you. Now, just a general disclaimer, this video contains mentions of sexual abuse, sexual assault, rape, and other inappropriate things. Viewer discretion is advised. I want you to picture a forest, right? Just like a normal forest. Bunch of trees everywhere, all over the place. Now, here's a question. What happens when you take a bit of fire and set one of the trees ablaze? That fire begins to spread. And it goes and it spreads and it spreads until eventually the whole forest is on fire. That's what's happening with pressure right now. For any of you who don't know, pressure recently just got into some drama over the fact that the owner, Zeal, had abused and one of his music composers. Now, this is all going down on Twitter, by the way, so just letting you all know about that. A doc recently came out made by Ren, the composer that was about what had happened and basically how she was crying and she was sobbing uncontrollably and Zeal was there and he took advantage of her when she was in such a vulnerable state. It's disgusting, dude. What the hell? Like, God. Like, I don't even know how to process that. Like, So, you may be wondering, what's happening now to Pressure? Well, the voice actors for Pressure, Johnny Matrograno, the voice actor for Painter, HQ, and all the other voice actors quit. A by Gianni saying that he doesn't want to do this anymore, and he just doesn't want to be part of Pressure, given the fact of the drama. And another thing, don't support the game. Please don't. Everyone on the Pressure dev team was in on it. A couple of the members of the dev team even tried to silence Ren when she came out about it and just didn't treat her well. Now, I just want to say that don't be mean about this and don't say, oh, it's fake or anything like that. I don't know whether it is fake or not, and I don't want to jump to conclusions that, oh yeah, it's fake, or oh no, it's not fake. Now, I don't know, but this is my opinion. I believe it's real. And I personally feel bad for Ren about what's happening, and I believe her true and true, and I hope she's okay. Now, I of course will be linking the doc down in the description so you can have a look at it yourself, so you can read up on it. I only read a bit of it. But from what I know, this has been going back a while now. Like a long time. It was started off as like manipulation masked as playful banter between Ren and Zeal. Just stuff like sending little gifs of like bunnies cuddling saying, this will be us at RDC. Or two bunnies like on top of each other saying, this is this us? Stuff like that. And Ren went along with it, as a joke and everything like that. A couple of days before RDC, and Ren and Zeal meet. And what happens is, without her permission, he runs up to her and lifts her into the air by her waist. Something doesn't feel right here. But, so one of Ren's friends books a suite, and after the whole hangout is finished, she asks Zeal for a hug. This wasn't no ordinary hug that you just like, oh yeah, wrap your arms around them, hug them for a few seconds, let go, back off. No, Zeal went for a proper hug, grabbed Ren, her on top of him, I mean. Now, this is the type of thing you'd see if you were dating. But the thing is, these two are friends. Keep that in mind. These two are friends. And Zeal is hugging her like they're dating for a long time. something isn't right here, guys. Yeah, it goes on. They have a talk. They're just having the chats, enjoying themselves. And Ren is, all right. Yeah. Zeal takes a pillow, puts it on his lap, takes Ren's head, and puts her head on his lap and begins stroking her hair. And now this doesn't happen not once, but twice. Keep that in mind. Now, of course, they have some chats after, on Discord, DMs, and everything, sending more gifts about that and the such. Ren and a friend, we'll just call them friend A, I guess, go off shopping, and they invite Zeal, but he keeps saying like, "Oh, when you guys getting back?" Doesn't come, even though they go out and drive and collect them. Eventually, they go to this little hardware. So they end up going back to the hotel, and friend A and another one. Friend A goes off to pick up friend B from another hotel, and friend B takes friend A back to their room to show them something. So Zeal and Ren are left alone in the hotel lobby, and that's when Zeal brings up a very, very, very bit touchy subject for Ren. So they sit in silence for a bit, and then Zeal asks, "So, have you found a new job after you quit? How's that new piggy game going for you?" And it's a bit of a painful conversation because Zeal previously joked that she was cheating on him with another game. And she starts crying. She tells him she never wanted any of this, that he terrified her, and that she thought he was scary, but maybe it was all in her head. That she genuinely did not want to work under him because the relationship had made her friendship feel toxic. She told him that she had started to feel he was abusive, and she could not get it all out in words, so she cried a lot. And that's the second time now that Zeal puts her head on his lap and tells her it's okay and it's brushing her hair. And this is the second time in less than 24 hours. By the way, keep that in mind, 24 hours. And then friend A and friend B return, and they decide to go out, and they want to go see laptops and everything, since friend A wants to build friend B a laptop. So they go to some Rikros, and they're basically walking around looking at laptops and everything. And Ren is just having a look at laptops for her sister, and Zeal is just there with her. But they eventually go outside, and he shows her this abomination toy plushie that's coming out soon. Now, of course, Ren's all like, "Oh, can you send me one?" Because, who doesn't want a free plushie? And then they go back in. They're holding hands, by the way. Something a couple would do. They're not dating. Now, I'll stop with the small bits and move on to the real thing. It's back when they're in the hotel. Now, it's been a while since I read the document at really late last night. So I'm not all there with it. But I remember specifically Ren. She starts crying and all that, and it just ends off there. I'll pull up the document here. As I said, I'll be linking it in the description so you can read it and have a look through it. But it's all just pictures of bunnies and hugs and all that. It seems like on the outside, if you're looking at it from an outside perspective, you'd think, okay, yeah, this is fine. It's just two people having jokes and all that. But it's not. It is anything but jokes. And it's anything but fun. No. This isn't right. This isn't right. So, I'm reading this from the document. This happened on September 3rd, 2025, in the evening. I reach out, Zeal deflects. After the shopping trip, which I had mentioned earlier, the group splits up. Zeal says he wants to go back to his hotel room to work. He has been working on a Roblox event, The Takeover, on his laptop since arriving in America. Everyone goes their separate ways. There are plans to meet up again later that night for dinner. I, Friend A, Zeal, and Cyborg, they were there during the incident where, and here's when the abuse starts. Now I'm reading this directly from the doc, so here we go. Zeal arrived at my room. His hair was wet. He had showered before coming. I did not think anything of it at the time. I assumed he had been working out like he usually does and needed to clean up. He entered the room saying, Hey, it's okay, it's okay. He grabbed me immediately and lifted me into the air. I was crying loudly. He placed me gently onto the bed. He held me. He put his face on my neck. I cried, I screamed, I vented everything, all the fears, all the pain. Everything I had been unable to say in the lobby. Everything I had tried to bring up over text and deflected from. He held me through all of it. During this, he kept shifting our positions. He moved our bodies in ways that I did not fully register at the time, because I was too consumed by the emotional release to process what was physically happening. It was only over a month later that I recognized what those position changes were. At one point, he wrapped us both inside a blanket, like a burrito. I found this comforting, being cozy up as I cried. Help me feel this was my favorite moment. Help me feel safe. This was my favorite moment. I screamed in Zeal's ear, you're so safe, until my voice came out. After a while calming down, I asked about the others. Cyborg must be waiting for us. We were supposed to have dinner. Zeal told me not to worry about it. He texted Cyborg, we're ditching. He chose to stay alone with me in my hotel room. After approximately an hour and a half of constant screaming, venting, and crying, I was spent, exhausted. I felt limp. That is when it changed. Zeal lifted my arms and pinned them above my head, slowly, gently. He put his lips on my chin and began breathing heavily. He became feral. Without warning, he forced his tongue deep into my mouth. I did not understand what was happening. My body felt strange. I was confused. Before I could process, he put his hand inside my shirt and began touching my... He kept kissing me. He started undressing me. He flipped me over and he took my bra off. He touched both hands. He took his shirt off. I remember clearly being scared and confused at that specific moment, seeing his bare chest, but there was no time to think. Everything was happening too fast. He pulled my pants and underwear off and began aggressively. It hurt, I told him. It hurts. It hurts. He stopped for a second. Then he immediately put his finger down my throat. I coughed and felt like I was going to vomit. He then began me again with the same finger he had just forced down my throat. It still hurt. I tried to endure it. I could not. I told him again. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. He stopped and lied down and said, well, I'm tired. Guess we were just not into each other. When I expressed pain, he did not check on me. He did not ask if I was okay. He made me feel bad about his rejection. He framed my physical distress as a lack of desire for him, which forced me to choose between enduring and what was happening, or losing him. That is coercion. I don't know the words, so I'm just gonna... I don't know if I said it right. Coercion. I panicked. I began comforting him. I told him I liked him so much, that I had always liked him, that it was just me, that I was a little broken sometimes, that my body does not always work. I told him I was trying. He got up and stood in front of the bed. He took off his pants and boxers off, exposing himself. I put my hands up and yelled, no, don't, no. He put them back on immediately. I, terrified of making him feel rejected, immediately reversed, saying, no, I'm sorry. You already took it off. I saw it. It's okay. I didn't mean it. He took them off again and lay in front of me and said something to the effect of, well, this is my I was naked in bed. I stared. I did not register what I was supposed to do. You want me to touch it? What if it hurts you? He reassured me it was fine, and I did. He did not like it. He told me to try it with my mouth. I listened, I obeyed, and I was trying hard as possible I could to appeal to him. So he would not abandon me. So he would not tell me we did not work. So he would not say we are not in love. I said it hurts. He stopped for a second and put his finger in my throat. I screamed no when he exposed himself. He turned my pain into rejection. He used my fear of abandonment to make me comply. Every time I resisted, he made me feel like the problem. The rest is a blur. I remember that he on my stomach. I felt nothing, no release or satisfaction. Only a constant fear that he did not like me back, that I had to perform for him. I keep reassuring him because he was a misunderstood autistic man. Something he referenced multiple times during the encounter as an explanation for his behavior. After he on me, he paused and realized what he had done. He began shivering and shaking. He grabbed napkins to try to wipe it off, but it was drying on my skin. He ran to the bathroom, wet a towel, and began wiping it off me. He did not like how it was going, so he grabbed me and put me under the shower. He began washing me with soap in his hand, scrubbing until he was satisfied that nothing was left. His hand was shaking the entire time. I was terrified, not of what had just happened to me, but of how scared he was. I stood under the water and told him, Zeal, it's okay. It's okay. You're okay. Zeal, please, listen to me. It's okay. I love you. I love you, Zeal. Listen, please listen to me. It's really okay. He did not listen. Eventually, while putting his clothes back on, he appeared to calm down, but every time he looked at me from the bathroom door. Still standing awkwardly under the running water, completely confused about what I was supposed to do next. He covered his eyes and refused to look at me. He left me under the running shower. He went into the room after finished getting dressed. While he was done, he said, Well, can't wait for the Google Doc in 5 years. I screamed after him to listen to me, begging him to come back. He did not come back. I noticed as he left, he was visibly aroused inside his shorts. He ran out of my hotel room. That was it. He came to my room because I was crying and in an emotional crisis. He held me for an hour and a half while I screamed and vented. He waited until I was completely exhausted and limp. Then he assaulted me. When I expressed pain, he made me feel guilty. When I said no, he made me take it back. When it was over, he shook with fear, not for me, for himself. He washed the evidence off my body. He made a joke about me coming forward and left. Now I just want to say, I'm done reading that, and I don't want to read the rest of it, because I've already read it, and I don't want to read it again, because of how horribly disgusting it is. Zeal, you know who you are, and you know what you've done, and you know that that's not right. You assaulted someone who was in their moment of need, someone who visibly could not consent or didn't have any idea what was happening because they were in a screaming and crying mess. Your life is ruined. You've ruined your life just for a few seconds of, a few minutes even, of pleasure. You've ruined your life, Zeal. I don't think you get that. You have ruined your life. Here's my direct address to Zhu Ren. You're doing very well. I just want to say that you're a very brave person for coming out about this. Zeal is a very, very, very well-known person for making a very, very popular Roblox game. And with the following he has, they could have easily shut you down and proved false. But he hasn't. And he knows that he's done for. I just want to say, good job. You've literally proved him wrong. He said 5 years, less than a year. Keep up the good work, and stay safe out there, Ren. Now for my direct address to Zeal. You know who you are, and you know what you've done. And you can try hide all you want, but devil's already found you, brother. Just go to therapy. Get your life sorted. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but you're worse than soul-driven love. And that's saying something. Because soul-driven love is a horrible person. Get some help, Zeal. Seriously. Now, here's what's probably going to happen, and I've already seen it happen. All the other people who've been working for Pressure are going to leave the game, and the game's going to die. And so it should. It deserves to die. After finding out that the owner, the dude who's been paying you this entire time, I'd want to quit as well. So yeah, the game's dead. It's going to die. And every person that wanted to collab with you and all the games that have collabed with you are probably going to pull out. But yeah, game's dead. It's going to die. And you have no one else to blame but yourself, Zeal. As Sebastian once said,
you're in a hell of your own making.
And you deserve it. You know you do. I never really played Pressure a lot, even though I did want to try get into it, but I'm definitely not playing it anymore. I don't want to play such a horrible game. I'm done. This is my rant video over. As I said, I'll be leaving a link to the document so you can have a read for it yourself. I do suggest you do. And thank you for listening. Bye.